Never went to court. After it was as if all doors were closed to me. I had to go to the business that you know about. I had to live somehow. And honestly, I don't think I was bad as many in my trade. But I know I want to get out of it. My sons are growing up and I want to win back the respectability I can in the town. And the position in the bank was the first step up that ladder. Now your husband wants to kick me off that ladder back into the gut.
Honestly, Nabil, I don't have the power to help you.
You don't have the power to help me, but I have the inclination to force you.
You wouldn't tell my husband I owe you money.
And if I did?
It would be a shameful thing to do. So proud of my secret. I found out from you in such an ugly, crude way. It put me in such an unpleasant position.
Unpleasant? Is that all?
Go and do it. Do it then. See what happens to you. My husband will see what a bad man you are and you suddenly won't keep your job at the bank.
Madame Noura, I just ask if it's only domestic unpleasantness that you're worried about.
My husband's told you immediately pay you what I owe you, and we won't have anything more to do with you.
Madame Noura, please listen to me. When your father was ill and your husband was ill, you came to borrow from me 200,000 dirham.
No one else.
I promised to get you the money.
You did.
I promised to get you the money on certain conditions in a contract in which I drew up.
Yes, and I signed.
Good. But then I added another clause in which your father was to guarantee the debt. Your father was meant to sign that clause, do you remember?
So he did sign it.
I left the date blank so that when your father signed the contract, he would date it himself. Do you remember?
I think so.
The money was then paid out to you.
Yes, well, haven't I kept up my repayment?
More or less, but let's get back to the date, ya Madame Noura. The date that your father died, Allah yarham. Do you remember the day of the month, I mean?
But died on the 29th of September.
That's right. I checked. Which leaves us with a problem. A little problem I cannot solve.
Problem, I don't know.
The problem is, ya Madame Noura, that your father signed a contract 3 days after he died.
I don't understand.
Your father died on the 29th of September. But then he signed the contract undated on the 2nd of October. That is curious, isn't it? Can you explain that to me? What is also remarkable, ya Madame Noura, is the handwriting. The 2nd of October. And the signature is not in your dad's handwriting, but in a writing in which I seem to recognize. Nothing criminal in that. It's the signature, ya Madame Noura. The signature that's important here. Is that signature genuine? Was it really your father who signed the contract here?
No. He didn't. I signed Baba's name.
Are you aware of how dangerous this admission is?
Why? You'll soon get your money.
Why didn't you send the contract to your Baba?
Couldn't. Baba was ill. How could I possibly tell him my husband's life was in danger when he was so ill himself?
It would have been advisable to abandon your trip abroad.
That trip was to save my husband's life.
Then
I couldn't abandon it.
You defrauded me!
I couldn't worry about that. I didn't love you.
Madame Noura, I don't think you are aware of what it is you're guilty of. But let me tell you, my one problem that ruined my entire reputation is nothing more or nothing worse than what you have done.
Are you trying to make me believe that you did something brave to save your wife's life?
The law has no interest in motives.
Then the Lord is very foolish.
Foolish or not, if I am to present this piece of paper to the court, you will be judged by that law.
I don't believe that. Daughter can't protect her old dying father. A wife can't help to save her husband's life. I don't know the law very well, but I'm sure it must say somewhere that this is allowed. And if you don't know that, Nabil, you must be a very bad lawyer.
Be that as it may. But I know my business. And you know that very well. And let me remind you, Madame Noura, you have everything to lose. Your entire future. Everything. And if I'm hurled back into the gutter a second time, wallah, I will take you with me. Salam alaikum, Madame Noura.
Just trying to frighten me. Well, that's simple. Just for love.
The strange man has gone now, Mommy.
Yes. Don't tell anyone about the strange man, okay? Not even Baba.
No, Mommy. Will you play with us again?
No. No, not now.
Mommy,
But
you promised.
I know, but I can't now. Go and play now. Please. It would be lovely. Some candles here. Some flowers here. Horrible man. So nonsense. It's nonsense. Anything you want, Dalal, I will do for you. I will sing for you. I will dance for you. Oh, you're back there.
Yes, I'm back. Nora? Did anyone call?
Here, no.
Strange. I've just seen Nabil walk out the front door downstairs.
Yes, that's true. Nabil was here just for a moment.
Nora, I can read you like an open book. Was he here asking you to put a good word for him?
Yes.
And he told you not to tell me that he'd been here? Yes?
Yes, Dalal, but
Nora! How could you talk to a man like that? And you make him promises. And to top it all, you tell me a lie.
lie.
Didn't you just say no one had been here? My little bird must never do that again. My little bird will keep its voice pure. No false notes. Is that so? Thought so. Go on.
Dalal, what are those papers?
Bank business.
Already?
Yes, well, I convinced the retiring bank manager to give me authority to change the staff and the policy. I want everything in order by New Year.
Oh, so that's why this poor Nabil was
Uh-huh.
If you hadn't been so terribly busy, I would have asked you a really, really big favour.
Spit it up.
No one has better taste than you. I still want to look good at the dinner party tomorrow at the Al Hamid's. Dalal, would you tell me what dress I should wear?
Miss Double Shoes needs to be held, huh?
Oh, yes, I can't get anywhere without your help.
We'll think of something, yeah? I'll think of something. We'll come up with something.
Tell me, was what this Nabil did, was it so terribly bad?
He forged a signature. Do you have any idea what that means?
Perhaps he did it because he desperately needed to.
He could have. Or maybe because he was reckless like so many others. Now that's not the point, Ron. I'm not heartless. I condemn no man outright by one mistake.
No, you wouldn't, Dalal.
Anyone could save himself if he admits his guilt and takes the punishment.
What punishment?
Forgery is punishable by jail, Nora. But Nabil tricked his way out of it with lies and deceit. A guilty man lies to everyone. Absolutely everyone. His nearest and his dearest, his wife and his children. The children. That's what makes it so horrible, Nora.
Why?
Every breath those children take must be filled with germs of something evil. Because an atmosphere full of lies poisons and infects the entire house.
Are you sure?
I know it. I know it as a lawyer. Nearly all the young criminals I've dealt with had mothers that lied.
Just the mothers?
No, of course not. But the mothers spend far more time with the kids than the fathers. And the fathers have the same effect too. And Nabil has been going home for years, and he poisoned the minds of his children with lies and deceit. And that's why I call him an immoral man, Nora. And that's why my lovely little bird must promise me now not to plead his case again. Give me your hand on this, Nora. Nora, give me your hand on this. There, the seventh. I assure you it would have been absolutely impossible to work with that man. I feel sick to my stomach in the presence of such people.
Oh, that's so hot in here. There's so much to do.
Yes, and I'm thinking of giving those papers a read. We will think of something for you, dress, yeah? We'll wrap into some gold paper. And we will have fun with the children. Nora, the things you do to me.
Children are asked very sweetly if they can come and play with their mama.
No, don't let them near me. Keep them away from me.
Something wrong?
Nothing is wrong. I simply want you to go play with the children, which is what I think you're paid to do, is it not?
Very well. Very well.
Poison my children. Poison my home. Poison them. No. It's not true. It's not true. No. No. Never. come today or tomorrow. You're being ridiculous. I have small children. I won't do it.
I finally found the box with the dress.
Oh, thank you. Just put it over there, Marima. I'll go and get Christine to give me a hand.
Go out again in this hot weather. You will be sick. You'll end up in bed again, Madame Noor.
Worst could happen. How are the children?
They're playing with their 8 presents, but
Are they still asking for me?
they're just so used to having their mama with them.
Not even from now on, I can't be with them as much as I have.
Well, little children. They'll get used to anything.
Do you think so? I think they'd forget their mother if she went away forever.
Forever?
Could you tell me something, honey? Something I've often wondered about. How did you cope when you gave your baby away?
I didn't have much of a choice. I had to come and be a nanny for little Noora.
You wanted to do that, didn't you?
After what her father did to me, and him leaving us with nothing.
Has she forgotten you, do you think?
No, I don't think so. She wrote to me when she got married, and when she had her first child. Safe.
Mariam, you're such a good mother to me.
You were just a child, my dear. You had nobody.
Sultan and Iman and Majda, they had no one else. I know that you could. Listen to me, I'm being stupid. Will you go to the Mariam? I have so much to do. Tomorrow you will see how beautiful I can be.
You will be the most beautiful one at the party, my dear.
Someone there?
No.
Christine?
Did come by asking for me?
Oh, I'm glad it's you, okay? Yeah, I was passing. I need your help with something. There's a dinner party at the Al-Hamids tomorrow evening, and Talal wants me to wear a nice dress and dance.
I see you're going to dance.
Yes, Talal wants me to. Here's a dress. It's falling to pieces. I don't know what to do with it.
We'll soon mend it. The trimming is hanging down in a few places. Needle and thread?
Yes.
We have what we need.
Thank you.
I'm forgetting to say thank you for the lovely evening last night.
It wasn't quite as lovely last night here as it usually is.
Tell me, is Dr. Rashid normally as miserable as he was last night?
Yesterday it was quite noticeable. You see, he suffers from a very serious illness. Poor man, his spine is wasting away. His father was a brute of a man. He had mistresses, things of that nature, so that his son was infected from boyhood. Inherited, if you follow.
How did you come to know such things?
Well, Christine, when you've given birth to 3 children, you get visits from women who possess some medical knowledge. I could tell you a thing or two, I could tell you.
Noora, listen. You're still a child in many ways. I'm a bit more experienced and have a bit, more experience than you. I have to tell you something. You must stop all this business with Dr. Rashid.
Stop what business?
Noora, stop pretending. Don't you realize I've guessed who loaned you the money?
You gone mad? What do you think of such a thing? It's a friend and a cousin who comes by every day. It would be embarrassing. I'm sure if I were to ask you.
Surely you wouldn't.
No, of course not. It wouldn't be necessary. I'm sure if I told Dr. Rashid.
Behind your husband's
This
back?
other thing was behind his back too. I have to get out of it.
That's what I said to you yesterday, but you...
When you pay up what you owe, you get your contract back, don't you?
That's correct, yes.
Then you and tear it up into 100,000 pieces, that nasty, disgusting piece of paper.
Nora, what is it? Something's happened to you since yesterday morning.
Aisha, close the door.
Oh, please take the sewing in there. He hates the sight of sewing.
All right,
Close the door, Aisha.
I'm not leaving until we've spoken honestly.
Talal! Miss you so much.
Was that the dressmaker?
No, Christine. She's helping me mend my dress. Don't worry, I look so beautiful for you.
Well, that was another clever idea of mine.
Wonderful, but aren't I good to give in to you?
Good. Because you give in to your husband. You funny little thing. Well, I know you didn't mean it that way. So go on. I imagine you have a dress to try on?
Oh, I imagine you need to work.
Yes, I've been to the bank.
Talal,
Yes.
if your little singing bird were to ask you for something very pretty,
What?
would you do it?
Well, I need to know what is it first.
Your Andali would sing in all the rooms.
Well, my Adelaide does that anyway.
I'd work magic in the moonlight and dance for you, Talal.
Nora, surely this has nothing to do with what you mentioned yesterday morning?
Yes, I beg you with all my...
Nora! You really have enough to bring this up again.
Yes, you must do as I say, please.
No.
You must let Nabil keep his job at the bank.
Nora, I gave the job to
I
Christine.
know that's very, very kind of you, but could you just get rid of another clerk instead of Nabil?
I cannot believe how stubborn you are. Just because you talked to some man and made him some foolish promises, you're expecting me to...
No.
What is it then?
That's not the reason.
What is it then?
I'm just thinking about you. The man writes in the most dreadful newspapers. You said that yourself. He can do you untold harm, Talal. And I'm frightened to death of him.
You're frightened by old memories. Your father. That's what you're talking about?
Yes, I am. People, they wrote such wicked things about Baba in the papers. Remember that? They slandered him so viciously. I'm sure he would have been dismissed if they hadn't sent you to look into it. You were so kind and you helped him so much.
Nora, there's a big difference between myself and your father. Him being a civil servant, his reputation was not beyond reproach. Now mine is, and I hope it will remain as such for as long as I hold my position.
But you don't know what harm people can do, Danú. We could be so happy, so comfortable in our peaceful home, you, me, and the children. That's why I really do beg of you.
The more you plead for this man, the more impossible for me it's to keep him. Everybody knows in the bank that I'm going to get rid of Nabil. And if word got out that the new bank manager let his wife change his mind, then...
So what then, yes?
Well, I'll tell you what then. If Mr. Shoes gets her way, I'll be the laughing stock before the entire staff. People will start to think that I don't have a mind of my own. Believe you me, I'll soon have to face the consequences. Besides, there's another reason why Nabil can't stay at the bank as long as I'm the manager.
What reason?
Now, if I'm pushed to it, I could overlook his moral failings.
Yes, you could, Danú.
See, I've been told that he can be quite useful. But we know each other since we are students together. It's one of those ill-judged friendships that often come back to haunt you. I'm telling you the truth, Nora. We call each other by our first names. But the man has no tact. He continues to do so when other people are present at the room. In fact, he thinks he has the right to be very familiar with you. And he keeps interrupting me with, well, this and all that. It's so embarrassing. He will make my position at the bank absolutely impossible.
But you can't mean this.
Why can't I?
Because it's such a petty reason.
Pity! Are you saying I'm petty?
No, Habibi, you're not.
Never mind that. You just say my reason is petty. That means I'm petty too. Me! Never. I can put an end to all of this.
What are you going to do?
To settle this for once and for all. Aisha! Aisha! Take this letter. Give it to the driver. The address is on the envelope. Just tell him to be quick with it. Wait. Here's the money. There you go, Miss Double Shoes. There you have it.
Danú, what was that letter?
That was the Nabil's dismissal.
Danú, get it back. There is still time. You don't know what this could do to
Too
our
late. Nora, I forgive you. Now, I forgive you because I know you're frightened. Though it's actually an insult to think that I'll be frightened because some failed, depraved hack wants revenge against me. But I forgive you because it shows how beautifully and bravely you love me, as you should. Now, whatever happens, when real crisis comes, you'll see. You'll see that I have the strength and the courage for the both of us. You'll see that I can handle everything myself.
What do you mean by that?
Everything, I say.
No. We'll never, ever have to do that.
Good, then, it's settled. We'll share everything as man and wife, as it should be. Now, you ought to practice your dance. I'll go to my office and close my door. All right? Don't show me those frightened eyes, my dove. It's all in your imagination. And if Rashid comes, just send him in.
He's capable of doing it. He will do it. He will do it no matter what. No. Never. I won't let you take the blame for me. Dr. Rashid. Or anything like that. Dr. Rashid, it's you. Don't go into the lobby yet. I believe he's busy.
And you?
Me? I always have time to spare for you, Dr. Rashid.
Thank you. I shall enjoy this for us for as long as possible.
As long as possible, what do you mean?
Does that frighten you?
It's a curious expression. What could happen?
I've long been prepared for what could happen. I simply didn't think it would happen so soon.
Did you hear Dr. Rashid tell me?
I'm going downhill. And there's nothing to be done.
What's he?
It's pointless lying to myself. Within a month, I may be rotting in the ground. I have a few more tests to do. Once I've done that, I know exactly when the disintegration begins.
It's a hideous thing to say.
There's something I need to tell you. Talal cannot face up to anything ugly. I don't want him in my sick room.
Rashid.
I don't want him there. Absolutely not. I'll lock my door to him the moment I hear the very worst. When I send you my Eid card with the black mark on it, you know exactly that my terrible death has come calling. You'll soon get over the loss. Those out of sight are soon out of mind.
Heavens, you're being ridiculous. You just need to cheer yourself up.
Maybe you're right. I must pay for my father's jolly days at Sandhurst.
What are you smiling at?
I'm not smiling. You're a mischief maker.
Well, I'm in a bit of a mad mood today.
What is it? Silk stockings.
Lovely, aren't they? Colour of flesh. No. Only the foot. Well, I'll let you look a little hard.
Well,
You're so disapproving. Why? Do you think they may not fit?
well, I don't know. There's no way I can tell from here.
Shame. Shame. That'll teach you.
What other beaches do I get to see?
Oh, you won't get to see anything more because you are a bold boy.
When we sit like this, like family, I cannot understand, I cannot comprehend what could have happened to me if I've never entered this house.
So you like being with us, don't you?
And to leave it all. To have to leave.
Nonsense, you won't leave.
To leave no token of thanks behind. To be barely missed.